It's Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. So now you want us, who we love to see what you're doing, and you want us to give you privacy, but you're about to marry Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife.
Take it away from him. Under 4 left, the barn is alive again.
Got me in my hormones, all gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you want to
Sports Show, episode 349. We got the time. It's this thing. It's mine. It's yours. It's everyone. You're listening to the Sports Show at Sports Show Podcast. That's the handle. Blue and white logo. Look for it. Like it, subscribe to it, love it, treat it as if it's one of your own.
Kiss it.
Share it with a friend. Kiss it if you have to. Amy knows what we're talking about. Bottom line is this. Thank you for all of you new subscribers that have come on, both on Instagram and on the YouTube channel. We truly appreciate it. That's why we're trying to push those numbers. Thank you to all of you that have been telling a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to jump on this thing that we love so much, that we give to you every single week. And again, that is the Sports Show, blue and white logo at Sports Show Podcast. Listen, you know,
she's a snowing outside.
Normally we do this on a Saturday, but we got Audible. It ain't talking about your book app.
Yep, it's
true.
true.
Talking about no. So we were doing that accent. Amy knows because we hit the record button early and
Earlier.
and don't clip all of it because we'll get canceled, Amy.
Please don't do it.
Won't we?
Don't do it.
But here's the thing: we like to have fun. Impromptu. We were all ready to go on the Saturday.
This
right. Is the commitment to the Sports Show.
Sports Show.
Things went, the week went, but we said, hey, we got to be here on the Friday. We got to call it now.
Now.
That's how versatile we are. We would make excellent athletes.
We would.
Wouldn't we?
On the fly. On the fly.
On the fly.
But you know what? Just like the guys we talk about in sports, and they have to adjust to the fly, we adjust on the fly on the show. I feel if they can do it, we can do it. You know what I mean?
And we could probably do it better.
Hey, that's what I'm thinking.
Otherwise, Chico will carve you out.
I like it.
Okay.
Listen, let's get down to it. Dimitri, you know me, minding my own business.
That's what he does.
And right now, I got a lot of time on my hands. Kinda, not really, but I do. I was cruising the nets. Ooh. And this week, kind of a somber week. Nothing too crazy. Until the other day.
Uh-oh.
A couple years ago, if you remember, friend of the show, we love him, we hate him, we kind of just really enjoy him, Tiger Woods.
Oh.
Tiger Woods is that guy that, from a young age, he was groomed to be the best golfer ever. His dad said, you'll be a golfer, no ifs, ands, or buts, I'm making you into a golfer. Along the way, Tiger just didn't learn other attributes to the world, okay? Like, how to date girls. Really kind of, let's get down to it.
Relationship.
Great PGA player, maybe the GOAT, but when it comes to dating, not the GOAT.
Marriages were not his forte.
Not his thing.
Yeah.
To the point where he, was caught cheating on his wife, where she basically decided to handle the situation with a golf club and situations occurred. And
poetic, isn't it?
It kind of, in a weird way, isn't it? And then on top of it, he said, I'm going to apologize to the world, which till this day, Dimitri, I always understood to myself or thought to myself, why are you apologizing to everyone? Like what happened with you and your family, that's between you guys. Why are you going on national TV and apologizing to us, to everyone? Like, to me, I always found that weird. Was it needed? No. Did he do it? Yeah.
Yeah, like why wouldn't anyone go on the offensive and just be like, listen, I was going to apologize, but no, I'm happier. I'll tell you why I did it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Another moment happened. So he's rekindled his career, right? He's gotten back into the frame. His son has become an internet sensation.
Yeah.
A lot of people are cheering for Tiger now. They want to see him rekindle his career. And then he came out with a post again. And this is where the situation occurs. He comes out last week out of nowhere, and he's like, me and my new, he didn't say fiance. It was such a cryptic message. He's like, me and the person I'm with, we want to have some privacy. We'd really accept it. We want to spend the rest of our lives together. Okay? Now, I'm all for love. You know me. I love love. Love is
He's
great.
all about love.
But sometimes, you know what I've realized, Dimitri? Some people just can't can't help themselves.
They can't do it.
So the post was weird enough. And then you're like, all right, Tiger. Yeah, man, you deserve some privacy. No problem. Real quick, though, who you engaged to? Like, who is this girl? Right. About that. It's Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. So now you want us, who we love to, like, see what you're doing, and you want us to give you privacy, but you're about to marry Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. I said it. Love is love.
Just don't.
It's good.
Why in the first place?
They love each other, Dimitri.
No,
they love each other.
Tiger, you're a glutton for the punishment.
Buddy, that's where I'm going with
He's
it.
a glutton for
He's a glutton for the
you should have
punishment.
been like, well, you know, it was me.
Yeah.
Sorry, come again? Yeah, no, my fiance. Yeah, no, I get it. It's Donald's his ex-wife. What? Yeah, her. Yeah, right. Yeah, like, come on.
So
Who's his PR?
I don't know. It sounds like he's his own PR.
Yeah, see,
this is where you should have learned the first time.
This is why you don't go out and buy a will kit from the Shoppers Drug Mart.
Good point.
Okay?
Great point.
This is why you don't do it.
Yeah. But it gets a little weirder than that after.
Sure.
Me and Dimitri for years have always talked about what? The one-up guy. The one-up person, if you will. Tiger sends out this weird cryptic post. He's about to marry Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. So the son of the president's ex-wife, okay? You know, a little bit of weirdness there, especially with what's going on with Donald Trump right now and throwing his family and all
Who do
that.
you endorse now?
You say to yourself, okay, that's kind of weird as it is. But it gets even weirder. Why? 2 days ago, Tiger's ex-mistress, Rachel Yuchtel, who's the girl that Tiger sent that weird message to, like, hey, if my wife calls, we don't know each other. She comes out of the woodwork, out of nowhere, and she's like,
no.
guess what? I'm engaged too. She's trying to up Tiger Woods, the ex-mistress. 2 days later comes out and says, take a look at the bling. I'm getting married too. It's worked out for everyone. Dimitri, is this a situation of the ultimate one-up person, or is this just seriously a crazy ex-girlfriend? Like, what's going on here?
You know, this reminds me of Ricky Lake, Maury Povich, Montel, Jerry Springer, like you name it, it's got every. This is where the daytime sleazy talk show, this is where it should have been done. Yeah, well, we got a surprise for you, Mr. Woods, because our next guest is someone you know very well. At this time, we'd like to bring out your ex-mistress who's got a message for you. Hi, Tiger. Remember that time that you ditched me to the side when you were trying to fix things? Well, I got something fixed on my own, and it's this new engagement ring because I'm getting engaged, and you can't have this no more. Mitch, am I right or am I wrong?
Buddy, that's gold. So this is all I keep thinking about. Tiger goes, he's looking in the mirror. He's got this goatee. He's playing the goatee.
He's playing the goatee.
And he goes, you know
you
what?
gotta do the goatee rub.
Yeah, he does the goatee rub. He goes, you know what? I'm going to send her the post. I'm going to write it myself. I don't need no, I'm not going to pay somebody $50,000 to put out a post for Tiger
He
Woods.
about that life
Tiger
no more.
Woods writes his own posts. So he writes the post. He's like, hey, honey.
He's getting a massage.
Hey,
from his
Vanessa.
fiance.
Her name's Vanessa Trump.
Vanessa, you're the eye of the tiger.
Vanessa,
You're the eye of the
I
tiger.
got this. I've learned from my mistakes. I know what I'm doing. Couple days later, bing, 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 bing. He's like, what the hell's going on here? Rachel all of a sudden comes out of nowhere. Buddy, I just find this story hilarious. I feel actually sorry for him. He's just trying to be normal, and the poor guy just keeps falling into these weird situations where other people don't let him be normal.
I don't know. You know what? She should have showed that she was engaged at a Perkins.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to get out.
Now you're on to something.
Now you're doing it. I'm telling you, this is talk show material.
It's gold. Well, speaking of talk show,
Oh.
I'm calling my own audible.
Whoa!
Blue 99.
Hey.
Blue 99.
Get him!
Red 'em. Normally we'd go right into the NHL, but this time, ladies and gentlemen, too much has been going on this week, and we have to bring it up.
I have a feeling.
This last week, I have never seen anything like it, and I gotta find out. Years ago on Friends, and funny enough, me and Dimitri just came from a little quick dinner, and the Ross and Rachel situation came up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to find out. Who are you? Are you Team LeBron? Are you Team Stephen A. Smith? What's going on? Here's the rundown. Couple of weeks ago, Stephen A. Smith shows up at a Lakers game, minding his own business like he normally does. And he said, look, he minds his own business. Does he start some business? Sure. But he's minding his own business at the game. He walks around doing his thing, and then LeBron walks up on him and says, hey, I don't like you talking about Bronny. I know Bronny's my son/teammate. I don't appreciate you talking about him. Blah, 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 gives him the business. All of a sudden, the next day, Stephen A. is now probably licking his chops going, this is material.
Oh, yeah.
Goes on the show the next day saying, hey, I understand where he came from. He doesn't want me talking about his son, but at the same time, his son plays for the Lakers. I got to say my piece. I'm a journalist, blah, blah, blah. That happened about a month ago, let's say. During that last month, Stephen A. was just awarded $100. Did I say 100? Oh, yeah, I said $100 million contract from ESPN, who owns Disney, who owns et cetera, sir. As we go on, this past week, LeBron's been hurt the last couple of weeks. LeBron goes, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit better. Oh, would you look at that? I'm feeling better and I'm ready to play in Indiana.
Huh.
Wait a minute.
I know a guy.
Is Pat McAfee filming here? The number one guy right now? Pat McAfee's here in Indiana?
When did you run into Will Smith?
Hey, Pat.
When did you run into Will Smith?
Pat, would you mind if I come on? Pat's probably going like, hell yeah, I'll have you on the show. Brings on LeBron James. And they had a little conversation. And in that conversation, LeBron dropped some bombs. He's like, listen, bottom line, Stephen A. is wrong. He's lying about stuff. He's not this. He's not that. I'm defending my family. This is what I do. He had some points, but to be honest with you guys, he didn't really, I don't feel, covered all the points as much as he wanted. All right. Stephen A. is probably like everyone else in this world going, what did you just do? What did you just do? The very next day, for 17 straight minutes on his own show to start it off, Stephen A. goes on a rant of rants, ladies and gentlemen. And at the very end, he basically turns around and says, LeBron, if you don't like the fact that I call you the number 2 best player in all of the NBA, that's a you problem. And then he drops the stat after stat after stat after stat. It's one thing when me and Dimitri do it. It's another when a guy like Stephen A. Smith, who's getting paid, did I mention $100 million from ESPN? Ladies and gentlemen, right now, right here, as we speak, are you Team LeBron? Are you Team Stephen A? Because these two obviously do not like each other. They've kind of mentioned it already in these conversations. Dimitri, where do you stand? What did you think of this whole thing this whole week? It's got to be the startup of how we start this week's episode 349.
I'll tell you where I stand, because I cannot believe that a man would unequivocally, undeniably show up on the show and challenge me. Challenge me. I didn't say that I liked him or I hated him. What I said was what I said about his son. And I can't believe. I love me, my Stephen.
Oh,
listen.
it's gold.
It's so gold. It's no Trump. My Stephen A. is okay.
It's okay. No, Trump is way better.
But my
bro.
Trump is better.
Your Trump is money.
So here's the thing, and I almost did it on the last segment, but
noticed.
I didn't.
Don't think I didn't catch it.
Don't think I didn't think I know what you were doing.
I was there. You don't think I was boring yesterday? Go ahead.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm on Team Stephen A. All the way. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Number one, Mitch basically said it without knowing that he said it, but basically said it. LeBron, why are you giving a guy the silver platter that he has made a career off of? Yeah. Of course he's going to go defend himself. Of course he's going to go over the top. This is what we do. This is what they do. This is the whole thing. This is the shtick. Everyone works off of you. We work off of you. We work off of all athletes. You give us the content, and we do the alley-oop of how media and
well
player
said, sir.
works.
Well said,
you
sir.
See that? The alley-oop of how media and player works is just like that. You give us the material, we dunk it home. We're your narrative everywhere else, this, that, and the other. Okay, fine. But here's why I side with Stephen A. You know, LeBron, maybe you got your talking points, and it's easy for you to go on the McAfee show, and it's easy for you to start throwing some serious darts. And you can sit there and craft your well-polished rebuttal as to why you did what you did after you had time to think about it. But you and I both know that if you really had a problem with Stephen A. Smith talking about your son, the way he talks about it, in the way that you have this really close relationship, you wanted to be on those cameras. You needed to do it on those cameras. You and I both know you are at the end of your career. You are struggling with relevancy. You're riding into the sunset, and this is another clout notch on your belt. I'm all about Stephen A. Why? Because Stephen A. said one thing during that 17-minute rant that if you're all paying attention, this is why I like him. Because he turned around and goes, you guys don't know the story. He's telling me things that I kept under wraps for years. You want me to open my mouth? No problem. I can. So, you want to know the next time we're going to see LeBron on this? When he has another well-crafted, well-articulated response because the cat got his tongue. But here's another thing. Let me talk about another cat who went on the same show that did the same thing. And the thing that you're doing right now, LeBron James, Aaron Rodgers, you guys are so talented. You're so great, but you're not GOATs because of this type of behavior. I'm sorry. You guys want to win in the media? What Stephen A. is saying in his last statement is, why don't you win in your world?
Yeah.
End of story. This, to me, LeBron, nice try. Nice try.
It was, you know what? It was a nice try. But why? Here's the thing. You approached him at the Lakers game on your home court.
On your home court.
On your home court. No, everyone's like, okay, yeah, you know, you're trying to protect your son. Even though he shouldn't be, he did, whatever. I get it.
Yeah, but he's been doing this for weeks, and everyone
I know.
has.
I get it, Dimitri. But on the other side of it, it's like, all right, man, you did your thing. What exactly do you think you're going to accomplish? When you went to the Pat McAfee show, buddy, I give all the accolades. If anyone gets accolades now, it's Pat McAfee. He goes, yes, absolutely, please come. He's on ESPN too. So ESPN wins triple time.
He's the Jerry Springer.
Because they also are the head guys, the big TV contract for the NBA. You're winning with the LeBron. You're winning with the Pat, and you're winning with the Stephen A.
And that's why for WrestleMania 41, it's LeBron
James. It's a triple threat.
Versus Pat McAfee versus Stephen A. Smith in a triple threat microphone match.
Dude, to me, this is as crazy as it gets. You know what it really shows me? And I'm going to just finish it off on this. Like you said with Aaron Rodgers and you said with LeBron James, they just don't get it.
They don't get it.
They don't get it.
You can't go out and have to try to convince people.
Right.
It'd be one thing. Like, again, Tom Brady never in a million years had to go out and convince people.
Yeah.
Why he should be the GOAT.
If this doesn't show you that all you're surrounded with is yes men, I don't know what else is. Hey, do you guys think I should go on the Pat McAfee show and just cut down Stephen A. and make fun of him and do this and that and the other? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. Of course you should. You guys. And then he brings in Giannis. Of all people, you bring Giannis into it. He's like, well, Stephen A. said Giannis wouldn't do well in the 70s. Giannis would score 250 points in the 70s. Do I agree or disagree with that comment? I think he would. Yeah. I think he could score 250 points. But at the same time, it's like, why? Giannis is just hanging out. He's just like trying to figure out if the Bucks are even going to make the playoffs right now. He doesn't need this. He doesn't need this, LeBron.
See, LeBron. This is how you know Giannis and LeBron are friends. Because LeBron was pulling a full Greek move.
Yeah, he's full Greek.
And the Greek move is you play the victim card, but you bring someone else in, but really you're trying to talk about yourself. But you don't want to talk about yourself, but you put it on someone else because then they come to rally for you and you're like, well, I didn't.
Yeah, well,
it's like, listen. And Giannis, he said that he couldn't score. I think he can. Anyways, talk amongst yourselves.
Right.
I got to go warm up my milk, you know?
Yeah, I got to do my thing.
I got to do the thing over here.
Listen, if LeBron doesn't get it, you know who does get it? It's Ovechkin. We're off to the NHL.
Beautiful.
Last week's talk about Ovechkin, buddy, our reels, not bad with the Ovechkin talk. Apparently, we hit a nerve because Ovi is more loved than we thought, and the whole idea of us going, he needs a little more pub, a little more love, it got some traction. I was actually kind of happy to see that.
Well, and I'll tell you what, we got a couple comments on the YouTube page. We're going to reply back.
Yeah.
For those of you commenting.
We're coming after you.
We are replying back. Great things, especially the Marner take.
Hey.
That was
That's
another
what we're trying
thing
to
that
do.
got
You know
some
what I mean?
pop.
This is what we're real guys. Listen, we're just giving you the
But you know what,
commentary.
Mitch? You struck a chord when you told people if this was Sidney Crosby,
This is
or
it.
if he wasn't
And to give you a little bit more.
if he wasn't one of them Russians,
if he was
if he
one of those comrades.
if he wasn't one of them Russians.
If you want one of those red guys.
Yeah,
So-
Alexander Ovechkin is married to Donald Trump Jr.
But what does that guy do? On top of everything that we gave him the pub for, and we even, you know what I really liked about last week, Dimitri? We gave him his flowers, but we also said, listen, compared to Sydney beats you. But people still appreciated the fact that we said, hey, Ovi's here, Sydney's here. At the end of the day, this guy's great. And he proved it again last night. They played Minnesota in Minnesota. The number one, at this time, they're the number one team in the East by far. They're fighting with Winnipeg as who's the best team in the league. It looks like Winnipeg's going to win that. But at the end of the day, they lose 5-2 to Minnesota. As people are as the Washington Capitals are exiting the game and heading off to the dressing room, Ovi runs over. Hey, over here. Marc-Andre Fleury, get in line, shake the man's hand. This is a guy that he went to rival with every single night back in the day when rivalries meant something, because sometimes I wonder if they do anymore. He got people out of the dressing room, get in line and shake this gentleman's hand. Ladies and gentlemen, Ovechkin for president of the world, maybe. Boom.
What a class act, knowing that that's the farewell tour, knowing the history and everything. That's when you look and you say, this guy's a Maga, man. This guy,
He pulled off a Maga move again, you guys. He's going to, if he actually ends up breaking the record in this regular season, Dimitri, not next year, this will be maybe the greatest season of all time.
Okay, I want to run this by. I think we've talked about it.
Because he's hurt. He was hurt during a period of time, too.
Well, guys, what's crazy is, if we look at he already breaks the record. Not already this season, we know that. Everything is working against him. A lockout and a half, the injury when he's chasing it. And I'm looking at this morning, and I said the guy still had 36 goals. If he breaks the record,
Right.
at his age, he'll have broken the record this year with a plus 40 goal season.
Unreal.
You guys, this is out of control.
This is crazy.
This is out of control.
It's going to happen.
Oh, of course it's going to happen.
Going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
But he, this is something this is something special, man.
Speaking of special, what's happening right now, and I got to be honest, I'm loving these wild card races right now. Okay,
pretty
can we
tight.
just talk about
She's
it real
pretty
quick?
tight.
When we talk about the West, listen, I didn't want to say it, but what have I said on this show about one thing? It's maybe my favorite point to bring up all the time.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's okay. The second most important thing that I say on the show, heaters. The St. Louis Blues, guys, as much as I don't want St. Louis to go on this heater, they're on a heater of heaters. Why? Because good teams just figure it out at the right time, and they're going to end up being that wild card too. And the way they're going, crap, man, they might jump into wild card too. They're on fire right now. But here's the thing and why I want to bring this up. It's one thing to be on a heater, but then you look at their team and you're like Kyrou and this and Billington and this
Greek
guy.
guy, by the way.
Greek guy, exactly.
Greek guy.
You're looking at all these guys. But Dimitri, you know who's not Greek, but he's on fire? Holloway, 60-plus points. Broberg, maybe one of the best pickups. The offer sheet. Dimitri, this is now my 100% guarantee of the year that the offer sheet goes off the wire. It goes crazy this off season. The offer sheet, my friend, will break records this year. I found out that all Edmonton had to do was give Holloway, who's, by the way, at 60-plus points right now, $2.2 million, and you guys didn't give it to him. 2.2 in this NHL, ladies and gentlemen.
That's free.
The offer sheet is on fire. Watch out.
In Mitch's news segment, you piece of offer sheet.
Good one. I like that. That was good.
That should be your thing.
That is going to be my thing.
That's going to be your thing. Offer sheets.
I'll write that down. Hold on.
Write that down. You piece of offer sheet.
Offer sheet. Yeah, that's good.
That's the new segment.
Buddy, seriously, that's
a great segment.
Sheet, yeah.
Okay. In the news segment.
Dude, right now, St. Louis, Vancouver, Toronto. Calgary does have 3 games.
Listen, I'm eating my words slowly.
No, it's not. I'm not trying to pull you. I'm not trying to pull anybody. I want Calgary. I want Calgary.
I give credit where credit is due. I said no way St. Louis makes it because, in all honesty, I from that time, I think a week ago, I believe Calgary or Vancouver, is going to take one of the spots.
Right. You can't stop these guys right now.
But see now, because I'm watching more games, we're down to the wire. You see things happen, and you're like, man, this St. Louis thing, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Put it like this: let's say now all of a sudden St. Louis goes on a non-heater. They don't win a lot of games, and Calgary does.
Calgary takes it.
Calgary would, but it would. As of right now, you got to remember now St. Louis has a 6-game spread. So the point is like.
Yeah.
The math really doesn't work out. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't. Meaning they'd actually have to go on a full-out heater and win all these remaining games to basically get it going through. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to happen. I love my Calgary Flames. I want the city. I want us. It gives us material. It's just not going to happen, man. It's just not going to. It's not going to go.
It's tough.
And this is the team that, remember, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, worst team in January. Worst. Come back and win it all. Same thing in the East. I got to talk about it because this is crazy. Dimitri, right now, Montreal is holding down the wild card 2, okay? The very last spot. 75 points, 11 games remaining. Islanders, 74 points, 11 games remaining. Rangers, 74 points, 10 games remaining. Blue Jackets, 73 points, 8 games remaining.
Ugh.
Red Wings, 72 and 10. I have a list of the teams that they're all playing each other. I can get into it. How do you feel about that one? Does Montreal stay on course and take it and allow a Ottawa/Montreal wild card 1, wild card 2? This would be the most amount of Canadian teams that would be in the playoffs in a long time. Do they do it?
It's tough.
It's tough.
That situation.
What's the situation?
I just want to save it for later.
Please say you're saving for later?
I can talk about that situation. I just want to save it till later.
I just want to say one thing.
Maybe after the power rankings.
If I may, can I just make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Right now, as I look at the Islanders, the Rangers, the Blue Jackets, the Red Wings, and the Montreal Canadiens, which team here has the best overall team? Okay, on paper.
Mitch.
Paper.
I don't have notes, but are you in my notes?
But I have a feeling I know which team you're going to talk about. I'm going to move on.
Move on. I will address this issue after the power rankings.
So Calgary Flames, the last 2 nights, has played the Avalanche and the Dallas Stars in the last last couple of days.
Yeah.
I watched that Dallas game last night, I watched the Avalanche. I'm going to ask you, because you went to the Avalanche game, and then you say you watched Dallas.
Yeah.
I watched both from TV.
Yeah.
Which of these 2 teams, Dimitri, because I'm going to tell you right now, if the season ended today, one of these 2 teams is going to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
One of these 2 teams have to play each other in the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
Before I get to what the playoff matchup would actually be, Dimitri, real quick, who is a better team, the Avs or Dallas? Right now.
It's
right here.
You want the truth?
I want.
You want the truth?
I can't handle.
You can't handle the truth. Look, the Colorado Avalanche have maybe the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
The Colorado Avalanche maybe have the best, not maybe, they do. By my eye test. It's a good eye test. Okay?
20.
I'm in my 40s, and my eyes are improving.
What?
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah, really.
Actually.
Not in my family.
Yeah, well, defensive duo in the entire league. They have it all. They don't got one thing.
What's that?
And would you bear with me for a moment?
I'm listening.
Okay. I love me my Avalanche. I love everything about it. It's not that Dallas was playing Calgary yesterday. It's not because of that.
There's a but here, is it?
But I will say, I saw a team playing
but
Calgary. Calgary needs to win. Calgary is playing stuff to the wall, you guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay? And Calgary is a dangerous team. Like, nobody walks into Calgary or hosts Calgary and says, well, this is a gimme putt. No. It's hungry. Calgary is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Guys, watch out what happens. But here's the thing. I saw the Dallas Stars as a team that can take charge and say, relax, wait for it, let's go. And there's a lot of unsung heroes. We forget that the Jamie Benns exist on this team, ladies and babies. But you look at everything, and they got the one thing that Colorado doesn't have. Goaltending.
Are you in my notes now?
You guys, the Ottinger is the guy that's going to take them to the promised land.
And he didn't even play last night.
Okay? Okay?
Yeah.
He's going to take them to the promised land. They got the goaltending. They got the stacked team. This is why, Edmonton, we harped on you because everyone else, they did all their things and you did nothing. Now, on one end, I kind of defend you because then I gave the flop of the week to the whole Western Conference because what are you guys doing over there?
Yeah.
But Edmonton, this might be the one that bites you in the butt.
That's a butt.
The
butt eater.
I got the Dallas Stars on
Are you
this,
a butt
man.
eater?
I'm a butt eater.
Are you butt eating?
Vito Spatafor. Anyways.
Sopranos episode.
I think it's episode 5. Or
Five?
season 5. Season 5. Yeah. Oh, he's married with a Kuma. Anyways, I got the Dallas Stars, Mitch.
Dude, I swear to goodness, that's exactly the only difference. The goaltending.
It's a goaltending.
That's the goaltending. But here's the thing. It's burnt us in the past saying that. I went back. I thought about it. I was like, we always go to that. Like, you're going tick box. Here, okay, offense, okay, defense, okay, here. Special teams, okay, coaching.
Yeah, this is
and
different.
then blah, right?
Yeah, Mitch is different.
Real quick, this last week.
Sorry. And one more thing.
Yeah.
The Rantanen.
Yeah.
You guys.
He is a lot better than
Guys, you got to remember.
He is a lot better.
The thing with the Rantanen is, and they showed it on TV. We're watching the game. It's like, if you look at his season, it's like he's in Colorado. The guy's a Stanley Cup winner with this team.
Yep.
You think he's the old faithful. They're going to be there. All of a sudden, he gets into the Carolinas.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen there. And now he's moving to Dallas. You guys, by the time the Rantanen gets into the playoffs, he's going to be comfortable, settled in, understands the game. What Dallas is showing us right now is not their best team.
Yeah, you're right.
Because when this guy gets in on it, and the De Boer, that's Dutch for the Boer.
The Boer.
When he figures out how to work this whole thing and it all meshes together.
Yeah.
Guys, to me, Dallas, the most dangerous team in the West today.
I, again, agreed. So a lot of people are asking Gary Bettman, they're like, hey, do you think we maybe go back to a 1-8 process? Because right now, this whole playoff program is not working the way it is.
You hate it.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it at all. I say 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7 just makes more sense. This wild card thing doesn't make. So I went out of my way and I checked out the stats. Okay, watch this. Current situation right now, playoffs start today. Washington takes on Montreal.
Yeah.
Toronto takes on, what do we got? Senators. Not bad. A little playoff there.
Not bad.
Panthers, Lightning. Hurricanes, Devils. Okay?
Panthers, Lightning, yeah. Hurricanes, Devils.
We move over. Now, let's pretend it's a 1 versus 8 situation on the other side, okay? Washington, Montreal. Nothing changes. That's the same. Hurricane Senators. That changes a little bit. Toronto Devils. I kind of like that only because of the cold coach and all that stuff. And then Panthers Lightning. So really overall, nothing too crazy over here. Now we head to the West. If current situation, as of today, Winnipeg take on the Blues. Golden Knights take on the Wild. Stars Avs, which I just hate in the first round. Kings Oilers for the 5th time. Okay, that's the standard veal cutlets on the menu.
It's a trigger word. It's a trigger word.
Don't get me going. We move over 1 versus 8 in the West. Jets Blues. Okay, that's what would happen. The same as before. Stars and the Wild. A little change there.
Okay.
Golden Knights and the Oilers. Avs and the Kings. So it's weird. In the East, it doesn't make that big of a difference. In the West, there's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, 3 series changed. Look, at the end of the day, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. It's just you have to ask yourself, do you want the variety or do you want the rivalry?
Well, and if I'm Gary Bettman, and like Gary Bettman
You
probably
want the
told
rivalry.
No, Gary Bettman's like, did you guys watch the Four Nations? Eat my balls. I don't care. I'm not changing nothing.
Eat them.
Eat them. Eat my balls.
The balls. Okay?
My matzo balls.
Eat them. The aranciadas.
But you know what else is good to eat?
What?
The Sports Show Power Rankings brought to you by Sinatra. 403-472-5222. I had to work it in.
You got to work the dough.
I got to really work that dough. I delete that one in. I had to work that one in.
It was needed. Look at that. Look at my flower.
At number
look
5.
At my flower game.
At number 5. It's the Philadelphia Flyers. Why?
It's like feeding the yeast.
You fired Tortorella, you sons of bitches. You fired him. But you know what? Good. And I'll tell you why. Tortorella doesn't deserve you. You know what? He's tired of coaching you guys.
Yeah.
He's exhausted of coaching you guys. You guys don't listen to him anyways.
Fire the mascot.
That's right. Gritty? Is that his name? Gritty? Get rid of that guy. Gani is right. So at number 5, it's Philadelphia.
Yeah,
you
I like
fired
that.
the guy. We all knew you were going to do it. Good for you that you did it early. At least put the guy out of his misery.
That's right.
At number 4, maybe the best team in the league. It's the Avalanche.
Okay.
They're on a 4-game heater. At number 3, it's the Dallas Stars. Guess what? They're also on a 4-game heater. And as Dimitri says, they are kind of the best team in the league.
And that's why they'll meet at WrestleMania 41.
In a 3-way.
42.
It's 42, yeah.
42.
42,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
52? 62.
62.
82? At number 2, it's the St. Louis Blues. Ooh. They're on an 8-game heater. They're hot. No one's touching this guy. And if they keep going the way we're going to go, and ladies and gentlemen, meet your Stanley Cup champions. Because these guys have proven in the past, once they get going, they don't stop to the
They
end.
don't have the Berube, though.
That's true.
They don't have the
They do.
Berube.
But who's at number 1?
Oh, Mitch.
Last week, they were at number 5. Why? Because of consistency. They had the worst owner, and they had the worst team. This week, the Buffalo Sabres on a 3-game heater. Number 1 team on the Sports Show Power Ranking. Boom. There it is.
I can't believe for the life of me that the Sabres are at the top.
They're at the top because last week they almost became the flop.
Yeah, well, they're not the flop because I'm going to tell you who is the flop.
What?
And Mitch,
Yeah.
the home of the flop is Sinatra's.
Yeah.
Give him the number 1.
403-472-5222.
Listen, the flop of the week, this is twice now in a calendar year that I said, bite your tongue. Don't you go on your segment. Don't you even think about continuing your segment. I don't even have notes, but I know he's looking at my notes.
He's looking at the notes.
Because, listen. What style of pizza is the Sinatra's flop?
It's a flop.
From where?
New York.
Not the Islander type.
I knew it.
The Ranger type.
Knew it.
Let me tell you something. The flop of the week goes to the New York Rangers. You want to know why? I don't know what you guys are doing over there because all you're doing is flopping. How do you go from up to down to left to right to A, B, start, select? I don't know if you're as volatile as the markets today, 600 points up, 600 points down, or if you're a cheat code to a Nintendo game. The bottom line is, what are you doing over there? How do you get to being the number 1? How do you get to It's us thinking you're going to make a Stanley Cup to try to scrap your way into the playoffs. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on over there. And all you're doing is taking the seat away from someone else. New York Rangers, I can't believe that I'm staring at this team hoping that they should make the playoffs when you should be where the Washington Capitals are. Not them. Not them. You. Flop of the week.
I had it in my notes. Had it in my notes, Jerry. Quickly off to the NFL. Russell Wilson. Last week we said, what are you doing? Where are you and Ciara going?
Yeah.
He decided this week, 1-year contract, $21 million to the New York Giants. Speaking of New York.
Yeah.
Makes sense. He figured out. He listened to the pod. He said,
listened.
I can't do anything but go worse. I'll take $21 million, 10.5 guaranteed, by the way. He's off. He's like, yeah, let's just go. Who cares? Let's get crazy, girl.
He just out-Rodgers.
He out-Rodgers the Rodgers.
Yeah,
now, so Rodgers did exactly what he wanted.
Yeah.
He did exactly. He goes, go ahead, man. Choose your team. Choose your team. You know why? Because Pittsburgh needs me.
Yeah.
And even though Minnesota says they don't need me, they need me.
And he listened to the sports
And
show.
he listened.
And
He goes,
he's going to sign at week 4, week 5.
he doesn't care. Where does he go? If you had to decide right now, right here, Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh, you got a little DK Metcalf. You got some running game. You got defense. You got a decent little team. Or do you go to Minnesota?
No.
Where you got, you might, I don't know, are they going to ask you to be the backup to JJ? You got Aaron Jones. Hey, you know each other. You got an offensive line that got kind of strong, kind of bigger. Yeah. You're in a division you're very familiar with. In fact, you own Chicago.
You own them. You know what you're up against.
Ow. A young coach, he might listen. Kind of like LaFleur back in the day. You could take advantage of him.
It's right there.
It's there.
He's going to Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm convinced he's going to Minnesota. And here's why I think. I think he goes to Minnesota. When you really cut back this onion, Dimitri, you pull it back. You pull it back. Spite and also weather. Lambeau, of all the stadiums, guys, if you've never been to Green Bay during the cold weather, I'm telling you right now, it's a pilgrimage you need to make just to say you've been there. But it needs a dome. Minnesota has a dome. Yeah. Pittsburgh doesn't. And at this age and this situation in your life, and you say to yourself, do I really want to battle it out with the AFC guys? Or do I want to go where I'm comfortable and I know who the hell I'm dealing with? A little piece of me thinks, as much as he hates the idea that you followed the Brett Favre trail, what does he care? I think he goes Minnesota, bro. I think he's going to go to Minnesota because of the indoor stadium. I swear to goodness, Brian,
that's a great
makes
point.
all the points in the world. I just think he goes there.
That's a great point.
That's it.
Okay.
You know what else is a good point?
What's that?
Oh, let me tell you. Crack this. Rapid Banter. Oh. Major League Baseball started this week. Who cares? Or what did you say again?
Sorry, what was that?
Soccer Genetic did a top 25 list for the best players in the 21st century. At number 1, Messi. At number 2, Ronaldo. At number 3, Thierry Henry.
Oh.
Yes, or pardonnez-moi.
Listen, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I have to endorse that.
Oh, nicely played. Carson Wentz is looking to join the Cleveland Browns. Is this not really the best fit that he should go to?
You were Mahomes' backup. Why are you leaving?
But he should go to Cleveland. It just makes all the... Dimitri, he needs to go to Cleveland to complete the Matrix or whatever this is all about.
Why?
Joe Rogan this last week said he would rather go to Russia than ever come to Canada again. Screw you, bud. Or another drink, comrade.
Next. Hold on. If Carney gets elected, I get it.
Oh,
Hot take.
No,
Hot
I'm
take.
with you on this one,
Hot
bro.
take.
Last one. Cain Velasquez former heavyweight champion of the world, got sentenced this year to 5 years in jail. He attacked a man that molested his son in daycare. Long story short, this is not a joke now. Fight for Velasquez or I demand a retrial.
Still father of the year every year.
Buddy.
Don't care.
And he even went on the record. He's like, I'll take my punishment like a man.
Yeah.
I'll take the
father of the year.
Maga.
Yeah.
Maga.
Yeah. That guy gets a golden loofah.
Wow. I just can't believe it. Like,
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Last week's Maga Malaka, I didn't realize it caused a stir.
Ooh.
When we talked about cartoons, and I said, hey, my son, I'm trying to get him on some cartoons, but the problem is there's not a lot of cartoons.
You know who's listening.
That's one thing. So I was going to do a cartoon take again, part 2. But then I was listening to my reels. I was watching my Instagram, so I was doing all this thing.
Okay.
And the NBA, on top of the problems that they're having, here's one other thing they're having. There's a guy on the Toronto Raptors. His name's Grady Dick, right? Okay? The problem is his last name, affiliated with other last names, they're having problems trying to, like, not make it funny, not funny. Okay?
Right.
Or not make it a big deal. Okay. So I said to myself, well, I'm going to do something that I never do. I told you, we're not analytic guys. We're not analysts. I went through the entire list of last names in the NBA today. And I said to myself, the Toronto Raptors need to put Dick with somebody. And I think I figured it out. Dimitri, are you ready?
Okay.
It's Maga Malaka. Who should Grady Dick play with?
Maga Malaka, where do you put your dick?
Where do you put your dick?
Okay.
Grady Dick to Ball. Lorenzo Ball. Dick to Ball, Maga or Malaka.
Only in that order. Maga.
Hold on a second. My pen's up. Great. It's too much ink on. Okay, there we go. Great. So Dick's got the ball. Pass it. Yeah, you got it. Here was another. Dick to Curry. Curry to Dick. Here we go. Maga or Malaka.
Very Asian delicacy. Maga.
Yeah.
Curry.
Dick to Harden. Harden to Dick. Back and forth. They go. James Harden. This is a Harden pulling the ball up. Here we go. Pass it over to Dick.
I'm gonna go
Dick back to Harden.
I'm going to go Maga because I think there's a lot of people that like the Harden Dick.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it makes sense. Harden Dick, right? That's it. But what happens if you're like Dick to Hero? So he's been traded to Miami, or Miami trades Hero to Dick to Toronto. You got Hero to Dick, Dick to Hero.
I'm going to go Malaka because Dick to Hero I feel is one person.
Yeah. Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's like all the same, right? You're a hero if you're a dick.
He passes to Izuki Dickahiro, who's also... It's got that Shohei Ohtani.
Now, here's one that could confuse people. Oh,
no.
Dick to Johnson. Johnson to Dick.
Malaka.
Why?
Malaka.
But why?
Listen. Because you two know you need to be on opposite ends of that court.
You know.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't need you together rubbing up on each other. You need to be on opposite ends of the court. You got no business being beside one another. Malaka.
All right, fine. These are actual names in the NBA. Swear to God, I went through the entire list. Now, you got one here. Dick to Thor. JT Thor. Dick to Thor. Thor to Dick. I think this is a great combination.
No,
Dick Thor.
No, Malaka.
Thor and Dick.
No, because
working together.
No.
Working that paint.
Here's the problem.
What?
Because one is a nickname for the other.
No, Thor is his last. JT Thor passes to Dick.
One is a nickname for what one would call their own.
Oh, I see.
One is a nickname for the other.
Gotcha.
It negatives itself out.
Okay,
I gotta go Malaka.
Fair enough.
Like Zeus.
Right. Okay, how about this one? Dick to Love. Love to Dick.
Who doesn't love the Dick?
That's what I'm saying. Great combination. Dick Love. Good combo. Boom.
Maga.
What about Dick to Queen? Queen to Dick. What? Here, Dick bringing the ball up, passing the Queen. Queen, baseline, back to Dick. 3-pointer.
I find that one works into the other and the other one doesn't work into the other. So I got to go Malaka.
Yeah, you might be right.
It
now
doesn't
that I
work.
say
It doesn't
out loud.
sound right.
Sometimes you just have to say it out loud to understand it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here's one. Dick to Sharp. Sharp to Dick. Back again. Play
no.
give and go.
That's not comfortable.
No, it's I don't agree
That's
with
not
that one.
comfortable.
That's not good. I don't
No.
like that one. JT Tucker passes over to Dick. Dick back to Tucker. Tucker with the 3. Big rebound by Tucker, passing back to Dick.
I like it.
Dick Tucker.
I like it, Maga.
This combination of Dick and Tucker is pretty good.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's awkward, but it works.
Yeah, exactly. Couple more.
Okay.
Right to Dick. Dick to right. Dick pulling up the ball, passes it over to right. Right looking around.
Yeah,
Scrambles over the corner, throwing back to Dick. Back to right. Right to Dick. Dick to right.
Yeah. I think that ball should be in there too, so I got to go Malaka.
Ball. Let me see if we can trade ball in there. Ball right to Dick. Dick the ball.
Dick,
ball to right
Dick
to
to
Dick.
the right ball.
I'm trying
Ball
to figure out
right
who to
back
put
to
last
Dick.
here. All right. How about White? White pulls up the ball. White's pulling up the ball. White looks around, passes over to Dick. Dick back to White. White back to Dick.
I don't know
Dick with the 3. Smash. Done.
I don't know what it is. I got to say
What a
Malaka.
combination.
No.
White Dick. Right
I gotta say Malaka because for some reason it's coming up a little short for me. The white dick, I don't know. It comes up a
White
little.
Dick for some reason is not
It just
hitting the mark here, ladies and gentlemen.
It comes up a little short.
Comes up a little short. All right. Second last one. Dick pulling up the ball. He's moving it up the court. Passes over to Wong. Wong passes to Dick. Wong and Dick working well together. Look at that. It's like they know each other perfectly. Wong crosses over to Dick. Dick for the 3.
I think it's the Wong combination. I gotta go Malaka.
Last one. Here we go. Dick moving the ball up, passes to Young. Young back to Dick. Dick, Young, throwing back and forth. These guys are looking great. Young, Dick. Look at the crowd. A lot of Cougars in the crowd tonight. Young
Ooh.
Dick looking around. Young talking to Dick at the foul line, talking about the situation at hand.
Listen, it's faster, it's younger, it's hungrier, but it's not as effective because everybody knows. You know what I know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Because when you get through 349 episodes, you're the old man on the yard. You're the old strength. You're the experienced strength. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Young.
Oh, sorry, last one.
Oh.
Dick moves up to EJ Little. Little passes over to Dick. Dick throws the 3. What a combination. Little and Dick working together once again. Ladies and gentlemen, this combination may be the best in the NBA.
Listen, all I'm going to say is this. Is if you've listened to the sports show long enough, you know that 349 is one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker because guess what, little Dick? We got to see you in the cold showers. Malaka, but Maga at the same time.
That's
Look,
right.
thank you very much for indulging us, entertaining with us. This is what happens when you get to Friday. Mitch says to me, I got Maga Malaka. You don't need to know what it is. You just be there. And I said, I'll play ball. I'll play ball. And at the end of the day, we appreciate you. Episode 349, one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker. We got to hit the showers, ladies and gentlemen, at Sports Show Podcast. Just listen to the thing, okay?
Do it!
Do it!
Bye.
Between this and them, now you about to witness. Where freedom is so now.
W, we're Saved by the Bell by the Sports Show, playing every week. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Sports Show TV, at Sports Show Podcast. Amy, do it. At Sports Show Podcast.
Locked in.
Amy can do anything.
She's the best.